Hello, this is James and welcome to another Early Access Spotlight, and in this video I'm going to be taking a look at Empires, a survival game from Interactive Gaming Studios. Now lately I've been thinking it's a good idea to say what version number it is of the game I'm working with is, but unfortunately I can't seem to find the version of this game, and I've looked, it doesn't say in the game itself, on the Steam page, or in any of the update posts, so you're just going to have to go by what date it is, which should be the 11th of June. Anyway, this game went up on the 31st of May, and according to the Steam page, it's going to be in early access until the end of 2017. And the developers seem to be fairly active on the Steam forum. The last post was on the 10th of June, and as I said, it's now the 11th, so that's a good sign. So, done with the are they trustworthy information. Now, is the game actually any good? Well, to be honest, it's exactly what you'd expect from a survival game, which, to be honest, you can kind of tell by the trailer that it would be, but I got it hoping there'd be something unique to it, but as far as I can tell, there really isn't. You just kind of do what you'd normally expect from this kind of game. You know, you gather resources like wood and stone, use them to craft tools and weapons and armor, and you cook, eat, and generally try to survive. The only meters you need to worry about for survival is thirst and hunger, and you replenish hunger by eating meat and replenish thirst by eating berries. Berries you can find from plants around the world, but meat you need to kill boars for. Now, boars are not easy to kill, and maybe I just suck, but it's really hard to hit them while trying to avoid them attacking you. Mainly because when you want to hit something, be it a boar, a tree or a rock, you have to be facing it directly, otherwise you just miss. And it's hard to do that on a moving boar that's trying to attack you back. Now, fortunately or unfortunately, there's a bug that's very easy to exploit, which is that if you run a short distance, they'll stop chasing you. And when you go back, they don't take any notice of you, they just kind of keep walking. So you can just hit them until they die, which, considering how long it takes with a stone hatchet, does kind of make me feel kind of bad. Now, of course, this shouldn't happen, and they should always be attacking you, but until it's easier to kill them in a fair fight, I'm kind of glad that it's like this. So I think I should, work on making it easier to kill them before they fix this bug. Now, since it takes so long to kill them with a stone hatchet, you might be thinking, why not you use an actual weapon? Well, I would if I could craft one, but thing is, all weapons and most other useful things need either cloth and or metal fragments, both of which I haven't been able to find despite travelling a fair distance, and I can't see them in the crafting menu, so I could just be missing them or they're yet to be added. Now, speaking of travelling, this brings me on to another issue, which is simply that there's just not much there in the world, other than like trees or other berry plants. Now, of course, as I said, this has been very recently put up, so being an early access game, that's not that surprising. So I'm sure more will be added in the future. Also, something I found while travelling is that there are invisible walls that appear out of nowhere that seem to be cut across like right the middle of the map. And they don't seem to make any sense. You can see far ahead behind them, so I don't think they're there to hide anything. They're just probably just not meant to be there. Now, despite all this is a fairly solid game. I mean, it runs pretty smoothly, and what's there works. There doesn't appear to be many bugs apart from the board problem. So, if you love survival games and still can't get enough, it's probably worth looking at and supporting. But having said that, it is £10.59 at this time of recording, which, with it being as bare bones as it is a bit much. I think it should be £5 or £6 at most. So if you do want to get it, I'd wait for a sale or wait for more to be added for it to be worth that price. But for the rest of us, there are plenty of games that already do what that game does, sometimes better, and it's much more worth getting games like Rust, The Forest, or if you're looking for something with more of a fantasy flavour, Savage Lands. And that's it. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it useful. And it is of course C3 week, so my reaction videos should be up sometime next week. So see you then.